This is the old placeholder figure, 1.4 from the IPCC Ar5 draft. As you can see, all the values start from the year 1990 observed temperature anomaly. This is wrong. Instead of a single year anomaly, the centering should be done to a running average trend, to get the model predictions to the same 1961 to 1990 baseline as the temperature record. This is also what was done originally, when the old IPCC reports were published. Here is the rough trend line for the SRES A2 scenario from 2001, which is the closest scenario to the observed emissions. If we look at this trend, it fails to match the observed temperatures. Looks bad for the models, but this impression is wrong too. Centering to single-year anomaly makes the predictions look hotter than they really were. If the year that is used as baseline is changed to some other single year, for example 1991 or 1992, the graph will give a completely different picture. Now it looks like the models run cold, compared to observed temperatures. This is just as wrong as using 1990 observed anomaly was. This is the current version of the figure, 1.4. Unfortunately the graph is rather cluttered. But the good news is that the error has been corrected. The model projections are correctly aligned to the running average trend of the observed temperatures. Both are now on the same 1961 to 1990 baseline. Let's compare the graphs. First, the year 1990 is aligned horizontally. We can now look at just the observed temperatures, and match the time scale so that they overlap as well as possible. We can also verify that the years in the bottom of the graph match. Next, we will scale the overlaid graph vertically, to match the overall amplitude of the two temperature records. We can also verify that they are in the same scale. 1 degree must be the same size in both graphs. In this case, both graphs are aligned to the same 1961 to 1990 baseline, so the numbers match exactly. If the baseline years were different, we would need to eyeball the vertical offset, to get the best overall match we can, for the yearly temperature anomalies. We can verify that the match is good across both versions of the graph. We can also adjust the contrast in the new version, and get a clearer view of what the graphs look like before year 2000. We can see that in this graph, the projections are correctly aligned to the moving average of the temperatures. In the old version, the projections were drawn too high. If we modify the old placeholder graph, so that the older projections are aligned to the running average at year 1990, and Ar4 projections are aligned to the running average at year 2000, we can see my best effort at what the old graph would have looked like if it was correctly plotted. We can now have a look at the 2001 projection again. Now it is a good match for the observed temperatures. Finally, as a sanity check, we can compare these results with their graph from Skeptical Science. The match is very good.